stars lined up just right that somebody, an animal, decided to take her life.
Sounds like it got to you this one.
Well, you know, I've got 2 daughters, and yeah, it's hard.
Shelley died here in the Falls, a large housing complex where the Art Institute arranged for some of its students to live. Seemed like a perfectly reasonable place. Looked quite safe. When we stopped by to take some pictures one sunny afternoon.
Bob, I wouldn't let my daughter live there. Absolutely not.
Dallas, like any big American city, suffers from its share of crime. And the Falls,
You go there during the daytime, it looks very nice, but at nighttime, totally different story.
you know, some 20-year-old girl out on the street in that neighborhood at night, you'd worry about it.
No way would I let my daughter walk that neighborhood at night. No way. The Nances didn't know any better.
Little Italy, after all, presents few of the issues a person can encounter in the middle of a place like Dallas. Anyway, on that September day, when Detective Elsie arrived at the Falls, he had no idea what sort of scene would confront him there. All he knew was that a feeling had been murdered.
I'm ready to go different directions, and I have to make some assessments. When I walk in that door and I make a left-hand turn and I see that girl there, then I can eliminate things relatively quickly. She still had her panties on, which generally
He's no sexualist.
exactly right. It relieves the sexual assault part of it. She has a T-shirt on, so I'm not thinking that it's a rape. I'm not thinking that. And when I see the stab wounds in the back, then I start thinking personal. This is probably going to be somebody that she knew. I checked the windows. I checked the door. You want to look for forced entry. I didn't see any.
So, somebody she knew. And from the looks of it, the wild, repeated, ferocious stabbing, somebody consumed by an uncontrollable rage. But aside from all the blood, they found no useful fingerprints, and eventually no DNA to help them either. Whoever did this had managed to erase any sign of who he or she was. Except there was one tiny thing. Well, was it evidence? What was it? They found it under Shelley's left wrist.
A little bitty tiny sliver of plastic about this long and probably a quarter of an inch in width.
Any idea what it was when you found it?
It wasn't confirmed until after the completion of the autopsy of what the material actually was. It was like a latex kind of material that pathologists would be rather familiar with doing his autopsies.
It appeared to be a fragment of a disposable glove. Of course, they tested it to be sure it did not come from the medical examiner or any of the officers at the crime scene, and it did not. Must have been left by the otherwise careful killer. But who wanted to hurt her? And so horribly. The first person Detective Elsie talked to was Shelley's roommate, Ashley O'Farrell, who found Shelley dead in her own bed. That's how Ashley became possible suspect number 1.
She wasn't sexually assaulted, Shelley. That was my initial opinion. It was later confirmed. Yeah. Why couldn't a woman do this?
Sure.
It's her roommate. There's a lot of things happen between roommates that we don't know about. So it very well could have been.
Sure. What happened, if anything, between these roommates was something Detective Elsie was determined to find out, even if he had to get rough.
Coming up. Right away, he would become convinced that something just wasn't right between the 2 girls.
What else can you say? It's weird. It's not natural. It's not normal.
When Dateline continues.
Cortana, when my wife calls, remind me to tell her happy anniversary.
Next time you talk to Caroline, I'll remind you.
Oh, and remind me to get roses when I'm near any store.
Sure thing. Remind you when you get to store.
Cortana, it's gonna be a great night. Oh, wow. Thanks for the traffic alert. I better get going. You're making me look good. Thanks, Cortana.
You bet.
Great meal contract. We need to buy as low as $49.88 at Walmart.
Seeing changes in your skin?